What's up, guys? This is former Springbok and Rugby World Cup winner Brian Havana. You're watching Gareth Mason on Walking Tall with G-Man.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is predictions time for this upcoming game this weekend between Ireland and Wales that is taking place. The second match between these two great nations. Last week we witnessed Wales taking on Ireland. In Wales this week we're switching places and we're now heading to Dublin where this game will take place in what should be a very interesting contest. Now, the two met last week in what I call a very, very boring game. It was won by Ireland, showed a lot of character and a lot of improvement and development. Yes, there's still handling errors that they need to work on and a few other things here and there, but it was an improvement from Ireland, especially Jacob Stockdale, who was very weak against England. So it was great to see the development and improvement from Irish rugby on that hand. Wales, on the other hand, obviously had a lot of players missing. They chose this B and BC team, and they didn't look really good until the last 20 minutes when Rice came on. I thought he was a big influence within the game, Rice Patchell, and he really showed what he's made of and changed the game a bit and put Ireland under the pressure and also prevented Ireland from going #1 in world rugby, which they would have done if they had beaten Wales by more than 15 points, which they were getting at one stage. So it was a big one and a good comeback from Wales. But again, the start of the game was where they were weak, poor, weren't showing what they're really made of. And it was a boring game to watch. A lot of you guys turned off the TVs. I was doing the stream, and I mean, I was answering more questions of the people rather than reacting to the game itself because it just wasn't that exciting. And hopefully this week's stream between Wales and Ireland will be a lot more exciting going at it, because what I'm hoping is that the big boys are back. We're going to see the World Cup squads, as Wales and Ireland both announced their World Cup teams going into this Rugby World Cup, which is just under 2 weeks or just over 2 weeks away, which is going to be absolutely one hell of a tournament. Now, Ireland are going to need to really just show what they're made of. They can get #1 spot this weekend if they beat Wales convincingly, and they can really end off their warm-ups on a positive note as to when they started against England, and it was just shocking. Obviously, they played Italy, beat Italy, but the main game we're talking about was when they got smashed by England. So if they can end off on a good note, beating Wales, who we know were #1 at one stage, and take them on and put up a good victory, then Ireland can go into the World Cup with a lot of confidence. As for Wales, they were #1 in the world for the very first time. Didn't last long, however, thanks to the Irish win. They were pushed back down to 4th, but they also have time for redemption and can end off their campaign on a good note if they pick up a win. I mean, judging from the rugby, these warm-up results, we can't build too much into it because we can't forget what Wales have achieved up till now. Six Nations Grand Slam champions. They've just developed and strengthened their team into something special. And for that, I give Warren Gatland a lot of credit for. He's really taken them to another level, and I hope to see it continue as we get into this big game between Ireland and Wales in what should be a memorable game. We were expecting a lot from last week. We didn't get it, but I think we're going to see a totally different aspect going into this game this weekend. We're going to see the boys like Johnny Sexton come back. We're going to see Captain Jones of Wales come back. We're going to see all the big names that we have missed, Davies, and these guys that formed these great teams of Wales and Ireland and then play against each other in the best of the best, which I'm excited to see. And that's what makes me most excited about this year's, or these warm-up games this weekend, is because we're going to see the World Cup teams taking place, and we can see how they can gel and who's going to be in and get an idea of what the form is and all that jazz. So I'm really excited for this game. I think it's going to have a lot on it. And to see the big names back is going to be absolutely epic, to be dead honest with you. So, obviously, going into this game, I think it's going to be quite tight at the start. I think it'll be a little back and forth, but we're going to see I'm hoping to see a lot of points and tries being scored. What Ireland need to do is reduce their kicking game. Instead of this box kick stuff and this kicking away, run with the ball. Because when they ran with the ball, they showed a lot of hope and development and strength. And if they can do that against Wales, like they did last week, and a bit more, they can capitalise on tries. Same goes for Wales. They've got a great team going forward. And if they could just capitalise on every opportunity and every mistake the opponent makes, they will definitely go forward. Now, the big point for me last week was handling errors from both teams, especially Ireland. It was poor. If they can work on that going forward, we're already seeing an improvement. Lineouts, we saw a total change from Ireland, which was good opposed to the previous week. So if they can keep that going, there was a lot of negative talk about Rory Best. If he does play this weekend, hopefully he's in better form going forward. And I'm looking forward to seeing, I hope Johnny's playing, because I want to see this guy play, to see what his form is, to get a better analysing of where he is ahead of this World Cup. Conor Murray and Johnny Sexton are the key players for Ireland, whether you like them or not. They control the game. They're a great partnership, and I will be watching them very, very closely. As for Wales, obviously Captain Jones, he's one of the star players of the team. I am excited to watch him take it. Jonathan Davies as centre, I think, is probably one of the best, so he will be definitely a good pointer to look out for as we approach this team. And just to see how they all gel together. I'm really looking forward to that. As for predictions, like I said, it's going to be back and forth. But going into this game, I think because it's in Dublin, Ireland's home ground, we're going to see an Irish victory. I think this victory will mean more to Ireland and be a little bit more important to them because they can finish off a good note. Wales have, for me personally, done enough for this World Cup preparations from what they've done in the Six Nations Championship, getting the 14 match winning streak, getting #1. They've achieved a lot. And I think they've done enough from a preparations point of view. As for Ireland, if they can end off on a winning note against Wales, 2 good wins, #1 possession maybe, and just finish off on the right note like that, I think that will give them one hell of a boost going into their group stage and into their big quarter-final, which could either be against South Africa or New Zealand. So they're going to need this more, in my personal opinion. With the Wales fans probably think I'm smoking a little bit of crack, but I think Wales have done enough, and Ireland need this victory a bit more, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go Ireland to pick up the win by 7 points or less. I think it's going to be a close scoring game, totally different teams, totally different attitudes within the game. So for me, I'm going Ireland by 7 points or less. Close game, but I want to see lots of tries, high scoring game, and just a better attacking game of rugby, and opposed to last week. Forget about last week. Let's focus on this week and hope it's a better game. That's going to do for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and join me for the live stream of Ireland versus Wales. I will be doing it again. It's a big one. I'm going to try and do maybe Australian one in the morning, but this game I'm definitely going to try and coverage. As for South Africa, I can't. I'm at work, but I will be doing this one. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your predictions down below. Who's going to win, Ireland or Wales? Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.
Subscribe to his channel for more rugby content. You won't regret it. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.